Yes, boys, listeners, that is correct. We are back with a rumor. So today, what we're going to be discussing, before we get into the big juicy topic of the show, little rumor, which might not mean much, but might mean a lot. Kojima. Kojima. I could hear Phil get erect when I said that. Kojima has posted a picture of him editing a PlayStation State of Play trailer. Does this mean a State of Play is happening soon? And why is he the fella editing it? What's he doing? Is it... What game could it be? What game could it be? Lads, what do we think of this little juicer of a rumor? Juicer rumor. There we are. Phil, as a Kojima stan, I'm going to come across to you. What do you think this means and where could it lead?
I'm sorry to let you down, but I think it means absolutely nothing. Kojima is one for running the rumor mill. He absolutely loves this attention. He always puts stuff out and leaves little clues that lead nowhere. He also leaves some bigger clues that lead to some places, but this one just feels too damn obvious, man. He's literally put it as the title of the video and you can read it in the photo. This just feels like a blatant kind of just to get a little bit of more action over on Twitter. I think he's winding us all up. As much as I would love it to be the next Death Stranding 2 trailer coming on the State of Play, I would lose my shit if that happened. And I'm wearing the wrong t-shirt for it tonight. I cannot wait for Death Stranding. I'm eating it up. Anything Death Stranding 2. Cannot wait for it. But this, I genuinely feel like he's just playing us all. I really, really do. Okay, Kojima does put out a lot on social media. He's always got his crew around him, so he's always involving himself at every level. You'll see Kojima doing video editing. You'll see him sitting in front of a computer filled with code. I don't know what code he's doing, but he's sat in front of it. You'll see him sat in front of some visual studios at some point as well, right? He gets involved all the way through the creative process. But on this one, I just don't believe it. It's a black screen. We just see the heading, State of Play, happening soon. I really don't believe it. I want to quash this one. I'm going to say no rumor. I'm going to put my neck on the line and I'm going to say no shot.
Wow. Straight from, I don't know that expression. I can't think what the expression is. Straight from Phil's mouth. He's binning it off right away. Not a chance, he says. Davey, I would love to hear either your agreement or your rebuttal. Lay it down.
I'm coming in with a straight up rebuttal on this. This is fucking obvious, boys. Yeah, he's edited a trailer. Now, Kojima edits pretty much every trailer, I think, for any game he's worked on. He does them all, as far as I'm aware. And they always bang, right? A Kojima trailer always bangs. And it's always full of so much stuff that you can create an entire YouTube channel trying to unpick every single little Easter egg, every single reference. I remember when MGS5 was coming out and they had that whale trailer. Do you remember that? The first kind of time that it was kind of teased, MGS5. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this? What is going on? And yeah, it was MGS5. Yeah, 100%. He's editing a State of Play trailer and it's going to be for Death Stranding 2. Easy as anything. Now, the reason why I'm so sure isn't just the fact that it's called a State of Play trailer, which Kojima's put up. It's because I think November's the time to do it. I think November is the perfect time because you've got the Game Awards, and spoiler alert, I don't think PlayStation are going to show up. I think it's going to be fuck all from us at the Game Awards. I really do. We don't seem to have a precedent for showing up in large things. There may be a bit of an update maybe on some kind of Last of Us project, something like that, but I can't really see there being a huge thing there. Maybe one pop, but that's about it. And we don't really know what's in store for 2024. We know Helldivers, don't know anything else. November would be a perfect time to be able to lay out what we've got coming out across 2024. Maybe see a little bit more of Marathon. Maybe see some more of the live service games that we saw, months ago now at this point. And then to get some more kind of big hitters of what's coming out over 2024, and maybe, if they feel generous, the start of 2025. But I imagine that's where you're going to see Ghost of Tsushima 2. That's where you're going to see Death Stranding 2. You're going to see some big hitters which put PlayStation back on the map when it comes to the Christmas sales, because Spidey will have come and gone. We've got nothing then to carry us over the holiday season, nothing at all, until we get to February and we get Final Fantasy and we get Helldivers. You need something to get the momentum going. And if Xbox have a strong connection with the Game Awards, which they typically tend to do, you need something to be able to break through and stand out. So I think November's a perfect time to be able to kill it, to set up the marathon that will be 2024. So yeah, I'm fully on board with this. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on this one, lads. I think it's obvious, but I think this one is just, it's literally written there.
Isn't this why we have code names for releases, for videos, for trailers? He's literally posted a picture on his social media with the exact name State of Play trailer. Isn't that too obvious? Isn't that too just perfect, right? Surely it should have been, something cryptic or something, slightly related to Death Stranding. No, it's just the words within the trailer. It feels too obvious. And he posted it. It's not like someone else in the office just happened to walk past and he's in the back of the shot somewhere to the right or to the left, right at the back, the far back. And you have to zoom in and increase and increase and increase and then slowly put those pixels together to be able to see it. No, it's on his social media and it's the name. It just feels so sus to me. I'd be calling sus on him. I am calling sus on him.
You are. You're doubting the wisdom of Hideo Kojima. I think the thing is to get people talking, right? And could he be, with this trailer, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is, of course, Death Stranding, but it could be anything. And I suppose that's where the beauty of it lies, in terms of, could it potentially be an MGS1 remake? Could it be the horror game that he's working on with Xbox, that maybe it's going everywhere? It could literally be anything that he's doing. Maybe a Zone of the Enders 3. Who knows? Obviously, I'd put my money on Death Stranding 2 at this point. But yeah, and I think, to be fair, when I first saw this, I thought you can barely fucking read it. Like, you can barely read it. If someone says it says State of Play, you can make out that it says State of Play. But it could literally be anything written there. And it's so blurred, it's so fucked, that you could just presume anything from that. I think if you've thought of any 3-letter, like three-word sentence and just put it out there, you could probably make someone believe it. It's not exactly like it's written there and it's, fully legible. It is just a block of white blur.
Okay, so let's ignore that for a second. Let's just examine the photo. So Kojima's sat there in front of a black screen. So he's not giving anything more away, really, within the video. You can see it's an editor. And then you look at his chair. And this was one of the main comments on the article that we're looking at. He's not doing a lot of editing sat there like that. Come on. He's not going to last very long. It feels like it's set up.
Hey, don't knock the man. Maybe this is part of the creative process. You got to just put your back out a little bit. I'm all about putting your back into work. And that's exactly what he's doing here, mate. He's got that arse support, and maybe that's all you need. The rest of it, you put your back in. That's how you get that 110%. Maybe this is why we're not as productive as we could be in work, Phil. Because we got these nice comfy chairs, rather than something that if we sit at for longer than, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, we get lumbar issues. Maybe that's what it takes to be a genius.
Right, we're split down the middle. I'm saying no, you're saying yes. We need a decider. Spencer, I know pretty much 99% you side with Davey. Let's see where you go this time.
Right, well, I think he edits a lot in that seat. That seat is designed for your posture. That's all it is. There's nothing for you to lean against. So it's just a way to get your posture better. I think he sits there quite a lot. I think he puts a lot of time into editing in his seat. And I do think he's editing something special for us. I'm not convinced that it says State of Play. I'm actually not convinced. It very well could. It's clearly 3 words, and the first word's the longest, second's the shortest. It reads, it very well could be State of Play, and it's probably the most believable thing it could be, but I'm not 100% convinced. It's really difficult to say, but if I was swinging one way or the other, I can't think of what else it could be. So I would have to agree that it's a state of play and that he's doing it. But I don't know. I feel like there's something nagging me in the back of my head saying, no, it's something else. It's something bigger. But I don't know what it could be. But chances are it's state of play and he's editing up a trailer. And if it was going to be anything for a state of play, it's going to be Death Stranding 2, surely. But this might not even be for the next state of play. It could be for a state of play in the future. Could be for another time. Could just be working on a trailer to show next year. Could be for anything. All we can see is pixels that we think say state of play. There's no concrete anything here other than Kojima's sat on a very uncomfortable seat. That is all we know. So I'm kind of in the middle of both of you, unfortunately. But if I had to agree with one, it would be he's working on a trailer for state of play. And that seems like kind of the popular opinion. So I'm going to have to agree with Davey, which obviously I do. But there is something nagging me saying this is something else, but I just couldn't tell you what. So I have to just lie in what I know could be true.
Could it just be a case, right? If you look at the picture without the zoom, I could post that up and I wouldn't even think of magnifying on that fucking title. Who's the loser that goes in and thinks, I'm going to magnify that by 7,000 degrees and just have a quick little look, what does it say? Like, why? I would post that up if I was him. He's like, nearly a 60-year-old man. He probably just thought, camera's ain't that good. Just take a picture of me working and not think anything more of it. Am I blocking the screen? Yeah, you're blocking the screen. I can't see fuck. And then someone just does like this fucking massive magnification where this plant looks about like 75 foot tall, and then you can read it. I think it's just been a bit of an oversight.
I'm a massive fan of Kojima, as you've alluded to. I follow him on all platforms, and I see a lot of his photography that he puts out. Every time he's traveling, he's got a massive SLR camera, Sony camera, that he tours the world with, and he's taking quality shots. Why post this? There's nothing interesting about this shot, okay? He's just sat on a shit-looking seat. He's got some really nice trainers, which I actually have the same trainers. I am that much of a fan. But there's nothing special about this photo until you do that magnification and you see the name on there. It just feels too set up, and I just think it's just classic Kojima at the end of the day. That's how I feel about it. There's nothing else redeeming in that photo. Why post it otherwise? If it's just nothing, why post it, right? He's obviously doing it to either get us talking and just churn the rumour mill, stir the shit a little bit more, as he loves to do, or it is genuine. Which I don't feel he's got caught off here, and he's just posting and gone, oh, damn, they've seen it. Come on. It's not even a good photo, is it?
No, it's not the best. And it's got us talking. And I suppose that's probably the end result, right? We get to see that Kojima's in his element. He's on the editor. So something good's coming. And that's enough. And then we just wait and see for the magic to happen. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. Even if that chair is sus.
Yeah, that chair is ridiculous. But also smart. And he's probably sat down a lot working on stuff. So it's nice that he's working on his posture. But ultimately, who knows what he's working on? Could be anything. You've just heard of our opinions and what we'd like him to be working on. But it's a rumour, end of the day. And we've all said where we lie. That's the way it goes.